It's often said that a story is only as good as its ending.
Hi.
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 Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 best endings to romantic movies.
Okay, well then I'll wait for you.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at great endings to romantic films, which means we're including conclusions that could be considered sad or bittersweet. We're not including films that don't necessarily fall under the romance genre, however, nor are we counting Disney films, as they deserve their own list. Obviously, there will be spoilers involved, so here's your spoiler alert. Number 10, A Dreamy Goodbye, La La Land. The expression La La Land can refer to someone in a euphoric dreamlike state of mind. As such, it's an appropriate title for this 2016 film, as one of its main themes focuses on pursuing your dreams. Both Mia and Sebastian get what they really want in the end. Mia becomes a famous actress with a family, while Sebastian opens his own jazz club. Of course, the film just had to break our hearts by showing us what their lives could have been like had they stayed together. Unfortunately, back in reality, for both to achieve their personal dreams, they had to move on from each other. Number 9, Our Love is Like the Wind, A Walk to Remember. Just because you'll find the final line of this film on WatchMojo's list of the top 10 corniest rom-com lines doesn't make this ending any less effective.
But our love is like the wind.
At the start of the film, Landon Carter is nearly expelled after drinking on school grounds and injuring another student. With the help of Jamie, however, he begins to get back on the right track. Following Jamie's tragic death, we catch up with Landon 4 years down the road, learning that he's been accepted into medical school. And Jamie's father even says that he was a miracle.
I'm sorry she never got her miracle.
She did. It was you.
The film ends with Landon realizing that Jamie is always with him.
I can't see it, but I can feel it.
Number 8, Vivian's Night, Pretty Woman.
What is that?
Champagne.
Julia Roberts is no stranger to classic endings in romantic movies. Who didn't shed a tear when George showed up at the wedding reception to share a dance with her character in My Best Friend's Wedding? We decided to go with the ending of Pretty Woman for this list, however. Realizing he loves her, Edward attempts to be the knight in armor she's always wanted, naturally replacing the white horse with a white limo. He then conquers his fear of heights to give her a bouquet of roses.
So what happened after? He climbed up the tower and rescued her.
She rescues him right back.
Number 7, Meet Me in New York, Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle?
This scene gave everyone hope that maybe, just maybe, the love of your life is waiting for you on top of the Empire State Building.
The guy could be a crackhead, a transvestite, a flasher, a junkie, a chainsaw murderer, or someone really sick.
And he could have gone the safe route and married Walter, but instead took a big risk in an attempt to meet her soulmate. The move pays off, as she comes across Sam and Jonah on the top of the iconic New York landmark. The film ends with the simple gesture of Sam holding Annie's hand, but the close-up of the two hands says more than any line of dialogue ever could.
Oh, really? Now we're getting down to it.
Number 6, Whisper in My Ear, Lost in Translation. Bob and Charlotte may be one of the more unlikely couples on this list.
You ever switch seats?
I like this one. If I fall, someone will notice.
While it's true their relationship remains platonic in a physical sense throughout the film, they do form an intimate bond and connect over their mutual loneliness and a satisfaction with their respective lives. Naturally, when it's time for Bob to return to the United States, he shares a tearful goodbye with Charlotte. As the two embrace, Bob whispers something in Charlotte's ear. Although there are numerous theories, no one knows for sure what he said, and it remains one of the biggest mysteries in early 21st century film history, and also one of the best endings. Number 5, Kiss in the Rain, Breakfast at Tiffany's. While we nearly went with the classic ending to Roman Holiday,
Joe Bradley, American News Service.
So happy, Mr. Bradley.
it's the final scene for Breakfast at Tiffany's that earns a spot on our list. Fed up with her behavior, Paul tells Holly to examine her life before tossing her the Cracker Jack ring and getting out of the cab.
You're chicken. You've got no guts.
Holly, realizing she's made a huge mistake, puts on the ring and chases after him. After finding the cat, the two share a passionate kiss in the pouring rain. A change of heart, some rain, and a kiss seem to be the perfect formula for a memorable ending. Number 4, We Go Together, The Notebook. Perhaps the gold standard when it comes to modern romantic films, The Notebook shows how powerful true love can be.
And when I see something that I like, I love it.
Overcoming numerous obstacles along the way, Allie and Noah eventually end up together. When Allie's dementia gets so bad that she no longer recognizes him,
No! No!
Allie, sweetheart. Hey, Allie, I love you. Stay with me, don't
No!
he retells their life story to help prompt her memory. In this heartbreaking scene, Noah sneaks into her hospital room and she remembers him. They share one last kiss before falling asleep together, dying in each other's arms.
Good night.
Good night.
Number 3, Harry's Declaration, When Harry Met Sally. Can men and women ever just be friends? That's the central question at the heart of this story.
He said that men and women could never really be friends.
After struggling with their platonic, and sometimes not so platonic friendship throughout the film, both Harry and Sally find themselves feeling lonely on New Year's Eve.
I couldn't agree more.
Harry finds Sally and declares his love for her in a heartfelt, honest speech.
That is just like you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you.
Although she is skeptical at first, he's able to win her over. Upon sharing a romantic kiss, the two begin the rest of their lives together. Number 2, Never Let Go, Titanic. After the ship of dreams sinks, Jack makes the ultimate sacrifice. Staying in the freezing water, he gives up his life so that Rose can survive.
You must promise me that she'll survive.
Flash forward over 80 years later, and Rose is now a 100-year-old woman. In the film's poignant final scene, it's revealed that Rose went on to live a life of freedom and adventure, thanks to Jack's inspiration. As the elderly Rose rests in bed at night, her younger self is reunited with Jack. Sharing a kiss, the pair receives applause from the victims that lost their lives on the Titanic. The ship might have gone down, but the promise Rose made to Jack would forever go on. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
How's it going? Goodbye.
Over.
Later.
Number 1, A Beautiful Friendship, Casablanca.
Play it once, Sam. For all time's sake.
Here's looking at you, kid. Easily one of the most iconic endings to any genre of movie, it appears that Rick will finally end up with Ilsa and escape to America to live happily ever after.
He's looking at you, kid.
That is until Rick, ever the gentleman, convinces her to leave with Laszlo instead, and even shoots Major Strasser when he tries to intervene.
Put it down.
Heartbroken but satisfied with his decision, Rick walks off into the fog with Louie, beginning what is sure to be the most beautiful of friendships.
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.